You don't like partying, you don't like going out, you've been fucking brainwashed, and I know you want to click off this video right away because your little ego's probably been hurt. I beg you, please stay and watch this video because it could be the reason that you live a truly fulfilling life. Now, to explain myself, let me tell you a story from back when I was 15. This is when I started going out drinking. And this time I wasn't doing any drugs, I was just drinking. Now, when I was 13, 14, 15, I started seeing on social media people going out drinking, posting themselves at festivals, at house parties, and it looked so fucking fun. It looked so cool. I thought it was the shit. I thought it was amazing. I just really wanted to get out there, but my friends, they weren't doing that at the time. We were just playing video games together, but I seen it on movies and stuff, and it looks so cool because, of course, people are trying to make it seem like cool. They're trying to get likes. If it's a movie and shit, it's trying to get your attention. If it was boring, if it showed you the pain, the loneliness, the sadness, true reasons why people go to that lifestyle, you wouldn't watch the movie, you wouldn't click the like button. No, they want you to be entertained. They want it to look fucking cool. So of course, like many people, I thought it was cool. Then, when I was 15, I started getting the chance. My friends, they had been to a couple house parties before, and I remember I was almost angry that I wasn't invited. Never mind, almost. I was fucking angry that I was never invited. But Halloween came around, and we were going to this guy. We'll call him Peter. We're going to Peter's house because Peter, he had the mad house parties. You know, every Halloween stuff, he'd throw this crazy house party. So I asked him, could me and my brother, could we go to his house party this year? And I remember I was walking past my local park, and I was so nervous. I was like, oh, please God, let me go, let me go, let me go. He said yes. I was like, fuck yes. Oh, I wanted to shout. I was so excited. I was going to go to a party. Yeah, I was going to be cool. It was going to be so fun. You know what? It was one of the worst fucking nights ever. I don't remember any of it. I just went completely psycho. This was my first time ever drinking. I had an empty stomach and I was down in vodka. To this day, I don't know how I done this. I was, 15? And just straight vodka, just boom, 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 throwing it back like it was water. Last thing I remember, I went under my mate's bed. He had like this, kind of like a bunk bed thing, but it was like raised up. There was no underneath, just the bed was raised up and there was a bit underneath. I sat down beside another friend. We'll call him John. I was like, oh, John, I drunk too much. And then, boom, from there, I basically don't remember it. He said the next thing I done was just, boom, punched him in the face. And then immediately I started saying, oh, sorry, sorry, hugging him and shit. This basically defined this night. Basically, what happened was I was going crazy for about half an hour, trying to kill people, I was trying to hurt people. I was like, I want to fucking stab everyone. I want to kill everyone. I was punching people, pushing people, and all. I was just completely psycho. Now, I don't remember any of this. This is what I was told, punching walls and stuff. But then after a wee while, I'd start crying, start breaking down, saying, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm really like crying. And just that kept happening all over. And then basically, I was kicked out. I was bulking everywhere. My mom and dad had to pick me up. It was just horrible for everyone involved. And you would think from an experience like that, I would look at it and I would say, you know what, drinking, going out, this thing isn't for me. But that's not what happened. I went and drunk again. And this time, it wasn't good as well. It was quite boring. And most importantly, I was drinking and it was hurting my stomach. This was the crazy part. It was hurting me. Like, we were drinking cider and beer and stuff, and that bloats me. It hurts my stomach. And it was killing me. But yet I wanted to keep drinking. Why was this happening? Why was I doing all this stupid stuff? But yet I wanted to keep drinking. I didn't even enjoy it and I wanted to keep drinking. See, because we have been conditioned to think this shit is fun, to think it's cool. Especially as a teenager, you want to seem this certain way, you want to fit in, and that's what I was doing, and I couldn't even consciously see it. I wasn't drinking because I wanted to, I was drinking because I thought I was supposed to. This is too common for everyone around the world. So many people can relate, and this wasn't the end. I stopped going out for a while with those friends. They didn't really go out that much, but then I found some friends that were going out all the time, every week, and I started going out with them. Before my eyes, I started doing things I said I would never do. At the start, I said I would just drink. And then I started smoking weed. In fact, I had a horrible experience smoking weed as well. I was unconscious for hours, but in this nightmarish trip. But again, I still continue to smoke weed. I probably thought I was supposed to. I probably thought it was cool. Seen all the rappers and stuff smoking their joints, thinking it was cool. And then from drinking and only smoking, I later doing hard drugs and drugs like fucking butane, which isn't really a drug, it's lighter gas. But I ended up doing this to get high. This shit just developed over and over and over. I kept breaking my boundaries, living a life that I didn't really want to do because we've been brainwashed. At the start, we get brainwashed by all these external things like movies and shows and other people on social media, but then these habits themselves, they will change your brain and you'll make it seem like it's okay, like it's normal. If you're going through something like this, check out the link in the description. Now, it's hard to see it when you're in it, I understand, because I went from being a fucking full-blown drug addict to being completely sober, which I am now. I haven't touched anything in about 2 fucking years. And I remember when I was quitting, I was like, oh, I'm really going to do nothing. See, I dropped down slowly but surely. I started to drop things, and then I was like only drinking on the weekend, or I was trying to, but it wasn't really working. I was still at the odd time doing something through the week, and then when I was drunk, I had no self-control. We all know what it's like, and I ended up smoking joint. I had just done something with drinking for so long, I couldn't be just drunk. Like when I was drinking, it almost felt like I needed to get more. I needed to get more high and more high and more high. Like it was not enough. It was never enough. It just, I hadn't just drunk on its own for that long. It was boring. It was unsatisfying. I couldn't do it. So I thought, you know what? I have to just drop everything. But I was like, oh, I'm really gonna do nothing though. I'm gonna do nothing on the weekends. Like my whole world revolved around getting high in some fucking way. But I remember once I'd quit, maybe about 6 months after I quit, I looked back and I just seen how stupid it was. It's so fucking stupid. There's no need to go out. There's no need to get high. We can do all these great things without fucking getting high, without getting stoned and drunk. We don't need to party every fucking week. We don't need to celebrate by drinking. We've been brainwashed over the fucking years by people who want to just control us, want to manipulate us, want us to stay weak, stay poor. Now look, I understand if you can't comprehend any of this because I wouldn't have. I just ask you for one fucking thing. You start to just change your habits. You can still go out and drink. You can still do your fucking lines and all that fucking bitch ass stupid shit. I just ask you to do a couple of habits that will start to open your eyes to how true reality is, to how you truly feel, how you truly want, or what you truly want. First off, if you're not working out, you need to work out. That will help you grow as a man in so many ways. There's no reason why you can't work out and go and party. I did it. I was doing fucking hard drugs and I was still hitting the gym 5 days a week. Then next, meditate. Meditate every single day. It'll start to open your eyes to how you truly feel, how you truly are, and it'll improve your mental health in so many fucking ways. Next, you want to read fiction, non-fiction, it doesn't matter. Just read whatever you enjoy. I know you're going to say I don't like reading, but trust me, you just haven't found the right book. It's the same with exercise and probably meditation too. People will say, oh, I'm not a meditator, I don't like exercise. You need to actually stick at it for a while. So just no matter what, if you're suffering right now, you want to try and get out of it, you might as well try these 3 things: exercise, meditation, reading. Breathwork is another good thing I've been starting to do recently. Just Google breathwork videos on YouTube. Most of the time I do this guy called Breathe with Sandy. He's very, very good. He'll literally be the first one that comes up if you type out breathwork. But another thing, a very important thing, go out without getting high. Go and do something with your friends that you don't need to get high. Now, this would probably be hard for most people. It would have been hard for me, but like go hiking. But even then, you've a pretty easy way to get high. Like, you can go off some corner and smoke weed and wherever. So do stuff like go to the gym and fucking go swimming. Something when there's lots of people around. It's hard to get high. Go do things fucking normal people do. And I'm telling you, slowly but surely, you will see the true path that you're supposed to walk. See, what we do defines us. And when you're doing all these vices, they cloud your life. They cloud your fucking judgment. We all know that saying, the best laid schemes of mice and men will surely go awry. Why is that? Because we're distracted. We have all these grand visions. It's the same reason why there's so many people, average people, average middle-aged people, who achieve none of their goals. Because everyone's got these grand visions. Everyone has goals. Most people will be too pussy to admit it to other people. Most people have some sort of goal, even if it's just something vague, like they want to be rich. But most of them don't achieve it because they're distracting themselves with all these vices, like you're doing right now. They run from the fucking problems in their life that are going to help them grow. So just try these good habits, and life will start to become clear. If you truly are supposed to be a fucking drug addict, supposed to be a fucking power animal, a drinker, whatever you want to call yourself, then you will know. After 3, 4, 5, 6 months of doing these habits, you will know that that is what you're supposed to do. This is why so many people feel lost, because they're stuck in that same cycle. They'll say, oh, I'll get off it when I've got something to work towards, when I've got a reason to lock in, when I know what I want. But this is the reason why you're not going anywhere. This is the reason why you're not progressing in life, because you're constantly throwing away. I don't care if it's just on the weekend, just a small fucking drink, or if it's fucking everyday use like I was doing. It's time to fucking change. Right now, I'm creating a course to help people not only get off this fucking bullshit, but improve their lives so they don't need it at all. It's a pre-sale, so I haven't fully finished the course, but when I do finish it, I'm going to double the price, so you might as well join now. It's cheaper and you get it forever. There'll be no bump in price, never, nothing like that. So many people will happily just spend money on drugs, happily spend their money on bullshit for temporary pleasure, but no one, barely anyone, wants to truly change their life. But if you've watched this far, you know you're not the norm, you know you're not the average, because most people have the fucking brain of a fucking goldfish. They constantly swipe, they need lots of fucking dopamine, they need to find that next high, that next hit, but that is not you. You've watched this far because you know you're ready to change. So if you want more detail, if you want more help, get the course. But you can just start implementing these habits, and slowly but surely your life will change. See, all too often people try to get sober by brute forcing it, by just saying, nope, I'm going to go cold turkey, I'm never going to do it again, and trying to use their willpower, but they do no good habits. They keep the same life, they keep the same routines, and they think it'll just fly away. They'll never do it again, but of course they keep relapsing and relapsing and relapsing, but they're weak. They're internally weak and physically weak too. So of course they're going to fuck up. Of course they're going to give up. See, getting sober is one of the toughest fucking things you can do. And giving up, that weak mindset, is one of the fucking biggest diseases that we have today in our modern day. That is why these habits are so important, because you will never get anywhere. You'll never achieve anything, especially not getting sober, if your habits are not right. So just remember, you're better than that bag, you're better than that fucking bottle. It's time to wise up.